no idea how this thing works, but I can talk loud enough.
The way it works is you talk into it.
Now the red light's on. Okay. Well, my name's Todd Terrier. Welcome to Taren Steel. Thanks for all coming. I'm third generation of the Terriers. Lead my family business, which was founded in 1919. We've been on this site or the one next door, for over 3 generations. We love Columbus, we love being part of the manufacturing community, and we are proud of the legacy of integrity, service, and success. We've been impacted by the economic downturn and have had to lay off 20% of our workforce. We've watched our state struggle, and we've been frustrated by what I think has been an almost hostile attitude to business. That's got to change and will change in November with John Kasich and Mary Taylor. I'm proud to be able to introduce Mary Taylor, who is a former city council member and state representative, and who is currently our auditor of state. She's a CPA and the first CPA to ever serve as auditor. Most importantly, she's our next Lieutenant Governor, Mary Taylor.
Well, good morning, and thank you so much. 47 years ago, then Governor James Rhodes created the Department of Development to lead our state's job creation and economic development efforts. Governor Rhodes was a visionary committed to job creation, and under him, the department and the state flourished. Since the creation of the Department of Development, governors and legislators of both parties began housing different missions and responsibilities at development. While many of these new tasks may be worthy programs, they increasingly distracted the department from its core mission of strengthening Ohio's economy. 4 years ago, Ted Strickland assumed the reins in Ohio and put his running mate, a career politician eager to run for yet another office, in charge of the department. Sure enough, he resigned his post to seek the U.S. Senate. Since then, the department has remained in disarray. 3 different directors and a 7-month window at the height of the recession in which the department had no director. The consequences have been predictable. Ohio has suffered. At a time when the recession was pounding Ohio worse than other states, Ted Strickland failed to work hard on what we needed most: revive the economy and create jobs. As a result, we've seen company after company close down or leave the state. We know the stories all too well. In Wilmington, we saw DHL get out of the domestic shipping business and consolidate its workforce in Kentucky. Up to 10,000 jobs were lost, and the jobs that remained went across the river for just $1.7 million in incentives. Clinton and Highland counties remain among the highest unemployed counties in our state. In Cincinnati, we saw U.S. Playing Card take 500 employees across the river after Kentucky again offered a superior incentive package. This is a company that has been in Ohio for over a century. Moreover, a sister company moved to its Kentucky site from New Jersey. Again, Ohio lost. And we know all too well the story of NCR in Dayton, in which the Department of Development simply missed the warning signs and failed to act aggressively to keep the city's last Fortune 500 company. Ted Strickland sat right next to the NCR's CEO at a lunch and didn't even know who he was. Dayton lost 1,300 jobs as a result. In summary, in the throes of the worst economic downturn since the Great Depression, Ohio's economic development efforts have only become more lethargic and more out of touch. Change is long overdue. And the man who's going to bring that change and who is going to tell you more about our proposal is my friend and Ohio's next governor, John Kasich.
Being here today. As I think you all know, people are increasingly across the state starting to refer to me as a reincarnated Jim Rhodes. I welcome it. My number one goal is to revive Ohio's economy and to create jobs. It's the most important thing we can do to get our state back on track, and it's the most important thing we can do to create an opportunity society and an entrepreneurial attitude in our state where our businesses can be strengthened, where our current businesses can expand, and where we can make an effort to develop new businesses and bring businesses to our great state. And all of the state's assets must be put to work to meet this goal. Our current system of economic development no longer gets the job done. We have lost almost 400,000 jobs. Ohio's paid a steep price because of the administration's failure to understand really business development. All across Ohio, I hear a constant refrain of complaints about the Department of Development. At the same time, I hear that people are afraid to complain for fear of retaliation. I've traveled for 3 years across this state. You know, what I've learned over time is when you go into the Department of Development, be very wary. You may enter into a black hole from which you may never emerge. We can't keep going in this way. We have to have change, and our government-centric approach is failing us. And I tell you what I'm so excited about. We got a whole new idea about how to do this. A 21st century idea about how to fix this department. It's pretty interesting. In 1967, Time magazine wrote an article about Ohio. In 1962, Ohio qualified as one of the less industrious of the nation's industrial states. In 1962, Rhodes created a new vehicle. And this new vehicle was put into place after he pledged, get this, to put the budget in shape, levy no new taxes, and expand employment. He was described as a man obsessed with what jobs mean. Unemployment is the root of most social ills. I read this morning and I thought I was looking at in the mirror. To create a climate conducive to business investment, Rhodes took the political risk of sharply paring state expenditures, has kept Ohio one of only 10 states with neither a statewide corporate nor a personal income tax. Constantly on the phone to out-of-state executives, the governor has also worked to get existing Ohio companies to expand, attending 800 industry appreciation dinners in all parts of the state. And of course, we can never forget the great story of Jim Rhodes waking up one morning and learning about some guy in a faraway country that wanted to build cars. Rhodes told the highway patrolman to get him a ticket to Japan. They said, where in Japan? He said, hell, I don't know, just get me to Japan. He landed in Tokyo and camped himself outside the offices of a guy named Mr. Honda. And we know the results today. We know what's happened out in Marysville as a result of Jim Rhodes' commitment and his knowledge and really his passion to create jobs. So we're going to take a different approach to an organization that has withered over this time, and Jim Rhodes would have been here today to do the same kind of change because he was an innovator. He was a visionary about what we needed to do in this state to make our state prosperous and keep us one of the greatest states in the entire country. If we want to attract business, we need an approach that reaches out to business on its terms, speaks its language, and understands its needs. You cannot just sit still and hope things will just get better.